Welcome, beloved soul. I am grateful you are here. You may not realize it yet, but heaven has been whispering your name long before you pressed play on this message. Your spirit was guided here because there is something your heart is ready to hear. And I must tell you plainly, without delay, someone has been praying for you. Not just anyone, but the one God has chosen to walk with you, to hold your heart, and to reflect his love back into your life. Yes, heaven confirms. Your soulmate's prayers have your very name on them. Though you may feel unknown, unseen, or even forgotten, you are not. Somewhere, perhaps near, perhaps far, there is a soul who kneels before God, and their whispered petitions rise like incense. And in those prayers, though they may not know your face yet, they speak of you. They call for your protection. They ask for your joy. They plead for your strength, because their heart is already bound to yours in God's eternal design. As it is written, before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. Isaiah 65:24. So even before your soulmate fully understands who you are, God is already answering the prayers that intertwine your destinies. Know you have waited. I know the ache of wondering if God has truly written someone into your story. The lonely nights, the quiet tears, the feeling that maybe heaven overlooked you. But the truth is this: God has been weaving your story into another's story with precision and divine timing, and the evidence is already in the air. Their prayers are the fragrance of faith, rising upward, carrying your name, your destiny, your place in their life. Imagine this for a moment. While you carry your daily burdens, someone else, perhaps right now, is speaking to the Lord about you. They do not yet hold your hand, but their prayers already cradle your soul. They may not yet speak your name aloud, but their heart's cry is for you. And heaven listens. The angels take note. God smiles, for he sees the day when those prayers will be fulfilled in perfect harmony. Do not think of this love as ordinary. It is sacred. It is born of heaven's intention, not human grasping. It is a gift, not a chase. It is written in the book of life that two souls, prepared through trials and refined through waiting, shall meet at the right time, in the right way, for the glory of God. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4. This promise is not empty. Your soulmate's prayers are being folded into the desires of your heart, and together they rise before God as one song. The same God who formed your heart is now preparing to align it with another. So breathe, beloved. Release the weight of fear. Release the timeline that presses on your soul. For even now, heaven confirms you are prayed for, your name is known, and your story is not delayed. It is divinely arranged. Pause with me here. Close your eyes, if you are able, and picture this. Somewhere, perhaps tonight, your soulmate kneels beside their bed, perhaps weary from their own battles, perhaps uncertain of when God's promise will unfold. But they whisper anyway, Lord, bless the one you have chosen for me. Keep them safe, strengthen them, teach me to love them as you love. And though they may not see you yet, heaven does. And those prayers do not vanish. They are stored like treasure in God's heart, waiting for the day they will cover you fully, tangibly, beautifully. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Know this, your soulmate is already building you up in prayer, and you are already strengthening them by your perseverance. Even apart, you are supporting one another in unseen ways. Beloved soul, do not mistake the silence of now for the absence of God's plan. Do not confuse the waiting with abandonment, for heaven is nearer than you think. God is nearer than the breath you take, and the one who prays for you is closer than you dare to believe. If this word is stirring something deep within you, if it is awakening both hope and peace, I gently invite you, pause and reflect. Allow these truths to settle in your spirit. And when your heart is ready, I humbly ask, subscribe to this space, so that these gentle reminders of God's love may continue to walk with you. Leave your prayer requests or reflections in the comments, for you never know who may be uplifted by your words. Share this message with someone who feels unseen, for perhaps they too need the reminder that heaven knows their name. And if this message has blessed you, consider offering a super thanks. Your support helps this light reach more weary souls who are still searching for peace. It is never about money, but about multiplying the message of hope and ensuring the work continues. And for every soul who gives, I pray God multiplies his blessings in ways far greater than you imagine. Now let us continue, because this truth runs deeper still. The prayers of your soulmate are not only shaping your union, they are shaping you. Yes, when they pray for your protection, heaven strengthens your steps. When they pray for your healing, God touches the hidden wounds you thought were forgotten. When they pray for your faith, the Spirit rises within you with fresh courage. Their prayers move unseen rivers of grace in your life, even now. As it is written, the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. James 5:16. So powerful, in fact, that though you have not yet joined hands, their faith is already creating ripples in your world. You may think the sudden peace you felt last night was your own strength, yet it was their prayer. You may think the unexpected encouragement that found you was coincidence, yet it was heaven answering their cry for your well-being. You are not walking alone. Their prayers walk with you, and just as they lift you, so too are your quiet whispers shaping them. When you pray for your future spouse, even if you do not know who they are, heaven joins those prayers to theirs. And, in ways too mysterious to explain, your soul is already in conversation with theirs before you ever speak face to face. This is the beauty of God's design, two lives woven together in heaven's loom before they ever touch earth's soil. As it is written, a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Ecclesiastes 4:12. You and your soulmate are the first 2 strands, and God himself is the third, binding you in strength and unbreakable love. So wait with hope, not despair. Pray with faith, not doubt, and trust that the God who placed this desire in your heart is also the God who has placed your name in theirs. You are prayed for, you are longed for, and you are loved with a love that is not ordinary, but sacred. Take this with you tonight. When you lay your head to rest, whisper back to heaven, Lord, I thank you that someone is praying for me. I thank you that you are aligning our steps. Teach me to wait with peace and to love with patience until your perfect time arrives. And as you pray, may the Spirit remind you, you are not forgotten. You are being carried in prayer even now, and heaven confirms. Your soulmate's prayers have your name written on them. Beloved soul, welcome again. I invite you to breathe deeply as we continue walking together in this sacred space. You are not here by accident, and the words you are hearing are not ordinary words. They are reminders, confirmations, gentle truths whispered by heaven itself. And so I begin again with what your heart must never forget. Your soulmate is praying for you, even now. Perhaps you wonder, why does this matter so much? Why should it matter that prayers are spoken over you by someone you have not yet met? It matters because prayer is the language of heaven, the bridge between the seen and unseen, the cord that binds 2 lives before their eyes ever meet. Every time your soulmate kneels before God, they are participating in the shaping of your future together. They are preparing not just for themselves, but for you. Their words are forming a covering over your life, a shelter you may not have, realized you were resting under. As it is written, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Numbers 6:24 and 26. Do you see? Your soulmate's prayers carry this same spirit. When they ask for your protection, they are joining in the eternal blessing of heaven. When they cry out for your peace, their prayers align with the very heartbeat of God. And what of you? Perhaps you have prayed too. Perhaps you have whispered, "God, where are they? When will they come? Do you truly have someone for me?" And in those moments of aching honesty, heaven did not turn away. Heaven received every word. And, do you know what else? Those prayers were matched. Somewhere, your soulmate's voice rose with similar longing, and God smiled, for he heard two voices echoing the same plea. As it is written, "Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up." Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. This is not simply about companionship. It is about divine partnership. God is raising someone who will help lift you when you stumble, just as you will strengthen them when their spirit is weary. And that union is already being woven together through prayer. Now, I want to speak gently to your weariness. I know the waiting has not been easy. I know the silence has at times felt unbearable. The world tells you to hurry, to find someone quickly, to fill the emptiness with distraction. But heaven whispers a different song. Heaven says, "Wait, trust, believe." For this love is not built in haste. It is not found by accident. It is carved by God's own hand, slowly, carefully, so that when it arrives, it carries eternity within it. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways. Psalm 37:7. This verse is a balm for your soul. Do not compare your story to others. Do not measure God's timing against man's clock. For the one who numbers your days is also numbering the steps that will bring you face to face with the one who has prayed for you. Now imagine this. Your soulmate may be carrying their own doubts. They too may wonder if God truly has someone prepared for them. But every time they pray, their faith is strengthened. Every time they whisper, "Lord, guide me," God aligns their heart with yours. They may not know your name, but they feel your absence like a missing song. They may not see your face, but their spirit is already leaning toward you in longing. Beloved, this is why it matters. You are not just waiting, you are being prayed into your destiny. Your soulmate's prayers are preparing you even as you listen to these words. They are asking God to make you strong enough to carry love without fear, wise enough to walk together without pride, tender enough to forgive quickly, and faithful enough to endure all storms. As it is written, "And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity." Colossians 3:14. That is the prayer. That is the desire of heaven, for your love to be rooted not in passing attraction, but in perfect unity, bound together by Christ himself. Pause with me here, beloved. Let these truths sink in. You are not alone in your prayers. You are not alone in your waiting. You are not even alone in your silence. For there is another soul out there in God's wide creation, whispering words that carry your spirit into the throne room of heaven. And if this truth is stirring something deep in you, I ask gently, let this not be the end of your journey with us. Subscribe, so these reminders of God's faithfulness can continue to meet you in your moments of need. Share your reflections or prayer requests in the comments, for your words may be the very encouragement another soul is waiting for. And share this message with someone you love, that they too may be reminded they are prayed for. If you feel led, consider leaving a super thanks. Your support is not just kindness, it is fuel for the spreading of God's message, so that more hearts may be healed, more weary souls reminded of their worth. I thank you deeply, with gratitude and prayer for every seed you sow. Now, let us return to the mystery of prayer. Prayer is timeless. It does not expire. It does not fade. Every prayer spoken in faith becomes eternal, stored in the heart of God. So even if your soulmate prayed for you years ago, even if they grew weary and their words became fewer, those earlier prayers still live. They still cover you. They still shape the soil of your destiny. As it is written, this is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. 1 John 5:14. Your soulmate's prayers are according to his will, and because they are, heaven has heard everyone. So do not imagine that your life is empty. Do not believe the lie that no one longs for you. The very opposite is true. Your soulmate's prayers are proof of longing. They are proof of hope. They are proof that you are worth waiting for, worth asking for, worth covering with faith. And now I will leave you with this vision. One day, when God's time is fulfilled, you will look into their eyes and realize, these are the eyes of the one who prayed for me. These are the hands that were strengthened through prayer to hold me. This is the heart that cried out to heaven and unknowingly called forth my name. And in that moment, you will see the truth of God's promise shining like the sun. Until then, hold fast, keep praying, keep trusting, and know, heaven confirms your soulmate's prayers have your name on them. Beloved soul, welcome once more. You have walked with me through gentle truths, through the mystery of waiting, through the assurance that someone is already praying for you. And now, in this final part, I want to take you even deeper, because the truth is not only that your soulmate's prayers carry your name, it is that those prayers are shaping a holy future, one designed by God's own hand. Hear me carefully. God is not merely sending you a companion. He is preparing you for covenant. He is preparing you for a union that carries His presence, a love that will reflect His heart on earth. Your soulmate's prayers are not simply requests for happiness. They are petitions for purpose. They are cries for a love that is rooted in faith, anchored in patience, and sealed by heaven's eternal hand. As it is written, unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Psalm 127, 1-1. And so your soulmate prays not just for you, but for the house you will build together. They pray that it will stand firm on Christ, that no storm will shake it, that no darkness will overcome it. Even before you meet, the foundation is already being laid. Stone by stone, prayer by prayer, faith by faith. Perhaps you feel unready. Perhaps you look at your life and think, I am too broken, too unfinished, too weary for such a love. But hear me. God does not call the perfected. He perfects the called. Your soulmate is not praying for you to be flawless. They are praying for you to be faithful. They are asking God to meet you in your wounds, to heal you where you hurt, to strengthen you where you feel weak. And God, in His mercy, is already answering. As it is written, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. So let your heart rest. Let your soul breathe. The love God is preparing for you will not demand perfection. It will embrace redemption. It will see you as you are and still choose you, because it is not founded on human sight, but on divine design. Now pause for a moment, beloved. I want you to consider something sacred. Your soulmate's prayers are not just for you in this moment. They are for your future. When they ask God to bless you, they are blessing the children you may one day raise, the ministry you may one day lead, the generations that will come from your union. They are praying not just for love, but for legacy. As it is written, but from everlasting to everlasting the Lord's love is with those who fear Him, and His righteousness with their children's children. Psalm 103:17. This is the kind of love heaven is preparing. Not shallow, not temporary, but eternal, stretching beyond your lifetime into the lives that will be touched by the love you share. Beloved soul, the waiting has purpose. Every unanswered question, every silent night, every tear you have shed, it is not wasted. It is watering the soil for what God will soon grow. And your soulmate's prayers are like sunlight, shining on that soil, drawing forth fruit you cannot yet see. So trust the process, trust the timing, trust the one who holds both your heart and theirs in His gentle hands. As it is written, For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. This promise is not abstract. It is personal. It includes you. It includes the one who prays for you. It includes the future where your lives intertwine in God's perfect will. And now I want to speak a word of encouragement directly into your soul. Do not grow weary in waiting. Do not let doubt choke your faith, for heaven confirms again, you are prayed for, you are loved even before you are seen, and the prayers of your soulmate are rising even now, joining your own whispers, converging at the throne of grace, where God is preparing to answer. If this message has touched you, if it has stirred peace and renewed hope, I humbly invite you, remain connected with us. Subscribe so that each new word of encouragement may continue to reach your heart in season. Share your reflections or your prayer requests in the comments, for your honesty may be the balm another soul longs to hear. Share this message with someone who feels forgotten, so they too may know they are being prayed for. And if this message has blessed you deeply, consider offering a super thanks. Your support helps carry this light into places where despair has tried to settle, helping more souls hear that heaven still speaks their name. With every act of kindness, you become part of this ministry of peace. Now let us rest in one final truth. One day, perhaps sooner than you expect, you will hear their voice, you will see their smile, you will recognize their heart, and in that moment, you will feel the weight of every prayer that has been spoken for you. You will realize that God was faithful, that heaven was never silent, that the waiting was not in vain. As it is written, the Lord is faithful to all, his promises and loving toward all he has made. Psalm 145:13. Hold this verse close. Let it be the anchor in your nights of uncertainty, the song in your mornings of hope. For the faithfulness of God is the bridge that will carry you into your promised love. Beloved, you are prayed for. You are chosen. You are prepared for a love that carries eternity within it. Heaven confirms once more, your soulmate's prayers have your name on them, so walk in peace, wait in hope, live in faith, and when the day comes, rejoice in love. Welcome, beloved soul. You are here once again, and I believe it is not by chance. Every time you return to listen, it is because heaven is gently leading you to drink from the well of truth. And the truth remains steady. Your soulmate's prayers carry your name, and God is weaving those prayers into the fabric of your destiny. Sometimes you may wonder, why is it taking so long? If they are praying, and I am praying, why has the answer not yet appeared? But remember, beloved, that God does not delay because he forgets. He delays because he perfects. He delays because he is aligning hearts, shaping character, healing wounds, and preparing two lives to meet in wholeness and not in fragments. As it is written, he has made everything beautiful in its time. Ecclesiastes 3:11. Not in your time, not in their time, but in his time. And when that time comes, you will see why the wait was necessary, and you will give thanks for every moment that shaped you for love. Imagine this truth. Your soulmate may even now be walking through trials that are preparing them to love you rightly. They may be learning patience, so they will be patient with your heart. They may be learning forgiveness, so they will hold you with grace. They may be learning trust, so they will not fear your devotion. And while they learn, they pray for you, asking God to do the same in you. You are both being prepared, both being refined, both being made ready for a love that mirrors the patience of Christ. As it is written, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. 1 Corinthians 13:4-5. This is the love you are being prayed into, not fleeting affection, not shallow attraction, but a love that bears the mark of eternity. And I want you to hear this deeply. Your soulmate's prayers are not one-sided. They are answered by the Spirit, who moves in your heart even now. When they pray for your strength, you find courage. When they pray for your peace, you feel unexpected calm. When they pray for your joy, you sense light rising again within your spirit. You are connected already, not by sight, but by prayer, not by touch, but by faith. Beloved soul, pause with me here. Take one deep breath. Let the Spirit remind you that you are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not unloved. The very opposite is true. You are covered in prayer. You are held in faith, and heaven confirms once again. Your soulmate's prayers still carry your name. If these words are nourishing your soul, I ask you humbly, let us keep walking together. Subscribe so that every time you grow weary, a fresh word may find you. Comment below with your reflections or your prayer requests, for your words can bless another as much as theirs may bless you. Share this message with someone in need of hope, because heaven's comfort is too great to keep to yourself. And if you feel led, consider leaving a super thanks, not for me, but for the work of spreading light. Every act of support allows these gentle reminders to reach hearts still wandering in silence, searching for peace. Now let us go deeper. What is the purpose of prayer in love? It is not only to ask for blessings, it is to align two hearts with the will of God. It is to prepare two souls not to idolize one another, but to worship God together. It is to ensure that when you finally meet, you do not simply fall in love, you rise in love, a love that lifts you both closer to heaven. As it is written, do two walk together unless they have agreed to do so? Amos 3:3. Prayer is the agreement. Even before you meet, prayer is the yes. Prayer is the binding cord that ensures when your paths cross, your spirits recognize one another. For it will not feel like strangers meeting, but like promises being fulfilled. Beloved, hold this hope close. Your soulmate's prayers are not in vain. Your prayers are not in vain. Every word is a seed, and the harvest is near. And until the day comes, let your heart rest in this promise. Heaven is not silent. God is not late. Your soulmate's prayers are alive. Your own prayers are heard. And the union God has written is unfolding in His perfect way. As it is written, the Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Psalm 138:8 KJV. And that includes your love. That includes your marriage. That includes the one who prays for you even now. So go forward in peace, beloved soul. Keep walking in trust. Keep praying in faith. Keep believing in love. For heaven confirms again and again, your soulmate's prayers have your name on them. Beloved soul, welcome back to this sacred space of stillness and truth. Take a breath and allow your heart to rest in the presence of God. For even now, the heavens are whispering of the love that is being prepared for you. You may wonder, how could someone far away be praying for me? How could my name be carried into their tears, their longings, their quiet whispers to God? And yet, beloved, the Spirit is not bound by distance, nor is love hindered by time. When God plants a seed in the heart of your soulmate, that seed begins to grow in prayer, and those prayers find their way to your life like rivers flowing to the sea. The Lord Himself has confirmed that what He joins, no one can separate. It is written, therefore what God has joined together, let no one separate. Mark 10:9. This means that the love being fashioned for you is not random, not fragile, not uncertain. It is being formed under the gaze of heaven, where angels guard it, and where prayer strengthens it day by day. Your soulmate's prayers carry the fragrance of longing, but also the fragrance of faith. Perhaps they do not even know your face yet. Perhaps they do not know your name. But they know what they ask of God, and heaven confirms that you are the answer. Their cries may sound like, Lord, send me someone who will walk with me in faith. Send me someone who understands my soul. Send me someone who will not give up on me when storms come. And heaven whispers back, yes, I already know who they are. Their prayers carry your name. As it is written, before they call, I will answer. while they are still speaking, I will hear. Isaiah 65:24. God was answering their prayer before it was spoken. God was aligning your steps before you even knew there was a prayer moving toward you. Beloved, you may feel weary and you may have asked God if your prayers are forgotten. But the truth is this: while you prayed for your soulmate, they too were praying for you. And heaven confirms that these prayers are now weaving together like threads forming a single cloth, strong and unbreakable. Your loneliness is not wasted. Your waiting is not empty. The tears you have cried in silence are watering the ground where love will bloom. And every prayer spoken by your soulmate is a gentle rain falling upon that same soil. Can you feel the beauty of this? Two souls, unknown to each other perhaps, yet deeply known by God, are lifting prayers that carry the same longing, and in heaven, your names are joined together. As it is written, two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. Yes, beloved, your soulmate has been asking for you, not just for companionship, but for the kind of love that lifts, supports, and carries burdens together. And heaven confirms, you are the one their heart has unknowingly been calling out to. Now pause with me and let this truth rest within you. Imagine for a moment the prayers of your soulmate rising like incense, and your name is among them. Can you see how precious you are? Can you see how valued you are, not just by God, but by the one who will walk beside you in the days to come? This is not fantasy, beloved. This is the deep mystery of love, authored by God, where prayer becomes the bridge between two hearts. And so, in this moment of stillness, I invite you to give thanks. Whisper, Lord, thank you for the prayers of my soulmate. Thank you that you hear both of us. Thank you for preparing the way. As you speak these words, heaven leans close, and angels record your gratitude. For it is written, this is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything, according to his will, he hears us. 1 John 5:14. And yes, beloved, this love is his will for you. This companionship is his gift. This answered prayer is his delight. Before we go deeper, let me humbly pause to invite you, if these words are speaking peace into your heart, please consider subscribing to this channel for more spiritual guidance like this. Leave a reflection or prayer request in the comments, that we may carry your heart in prayer also. And if you feel led, share this message with someone who may need this gentle reminder today. And for those who desire to support, offering a super thanks helps this sacred work continue, allowing these words to reach more weary souls in need of light. Know that your support is received with gratitude and poured back into the work of spreading peace. Now, beloved, return with me to the river of truth. Heaven confirms that the prayers of your soulmate do not fall to the ground. They rise. They are caught in the hands of angels. They are carried before the throne of God. And in those prayers, you are being covered. You are being protected. You are being lifted, even when you do not realize it. So when you feel weary, remember this: you are not standing alone. Someone out there is already asking heaven to hold you. Someone is already standing in the gap for you. And one day soon, the veil will be lifted, and your paths will meet, and you will recognize each other, not with your eyes first, but with your souls. For your souls have already been in prayer together, though apart. This is the beauty of God's design. This is the confirmation heaven now places in your heart. Beloved, let your spirit rest in this truth. Your soulmate's prayers carry your name, and God has already answered. Beloved soul, welcome again to this moment of stillness, where the Spirit of God draws near to whisper truth into your weary heart. Take a slow breath and let peace cover you like a soft garment. For heaven desires that you know this. Your soulmate's prayers are not only carrying your name, they are shaping the path that leads to your meeting. Yes, beloved, each word they lift to God bends the story of your life in gentle ways. Each tear they cry waters the roots of a love that is already alive in heaven, and each hope they speak is joined with your own longings in the hidden place of the Spirit. You may not hear them yet, you may not see them yet, but heaven confirms that the two of you are already tied together in prayer. As it is written, the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. James 5:16. Their prayers for you are powerful, your prayers for them are effective, and together they rise as one fragrance before God, who delights in joining souls for his purpose. Beloved, do not doubt this. Your soulmate has been asking God to make you strong, to keep you safe, to guard your heart. Perhaps they do not even know your name on their lips, but heaven knows, for heaven has sealed you as the answer. When you feel a sudden wave of peace, when you feel strength in your loneliness, when you feel held in your weakness, it may very well be their prayers wrapping around you like a cloak. As it is written, carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Galatians 6:2. Even before meeting, your soulmate has been carrying you in prayer. Even before the first word is spoken, their spirit has been standing with yours in faith. And God delights in this unseen union. You may look at your waiting and call it silence, but heaven looks at your waiting and calls it preparation. For in this quiet season, prayers are weaving, faith is growing, and the bond between your soul and theirs is being strengthened in ways unseen. Beloved, when the day comes that your eyes finally meet, you will realize that love did not begin in that moment. It began long before, in the secret place of prayer, where heaven wrote your names together. This is why your heart will recognize them not as a stranger, but as someone your soul already knows. It will be as if you have been walking toward each other all along, because in truth, you have. The steps of faith, the tears of longing, the prayers whispered in the dark, all have been guiding you closer. As it is written, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Psalm 37:23. Yes, beloved, your steps are being ordered, their steps are being guided, and both paths are bending toward a single meeting point where heaven's will becomes earth's reality. Now pause and allow this truth to rest in you. Your soulmate's prayers are not only for themselves, but for you. They are praying for your healing. They are praying for your peace. They are praying that when you meet, you will both be ready to love without fear, without past wounds holding you back. This is not just romance. It is divine intercession. It is heaven's love being poured through one soul into another. Beloved, let hope rise in you again. Lift your head and remember, you are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are not waiting in vain. For God has heard every prayer, both yours and theirs, and heaven confirms that the answer is on its way. As it is written, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Habakkuk 2:3. Yes, beloved, the love written for you is for an appointed time. It will surely come, it will not fail. Before we bring this message to a close, allow me to gently ask, if these words have been a balm to your spirit, please consider subscribing for more peaceful guidance like this. Leave your reflections or prayer requests in the comments, for your voice matters, and your heart will be held in prayer. And if you feel led, share this message with someone who needs to hear that love, prayer, and God's timing are still real. For those who desire to support more deeply, a super thanks helps keep these messages flowing, reaching souls who may otherwise walk in silence and despair. Your kindness becomes part of this ministry of peace, and I thank you with all my heart. Now, beloved, as you leave this sacred moment, remember this truth written into the depths of your being. Your soulmate's prayers carry your name. God has already heard, and heaven has already answered. Rest and wait with hope, for soon What is prayed in secret will be revealed in love made visible. Go in peace, beloved, and hold this promise close.